Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Monday. How we doing out there? Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Hope you're having a good day or planning on having a good day. Well, the market, which we're here to talk about here today, the market celebrates, maybe it'll celebrate Valentine's Day like I do tomorrow, right? There's your financial tip of the day. Nobody cares if you celebrate Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day. Celebrate it tomorrow. You get 50% off candy and cards and cheaper dinner reservations and whatnot. Actually, the best day to go would be Wednesday. Beat the crowds and everything, and, you know, there might be some good deals to be had out there. What? Who said you got to buy it? You spend 100% more on candy? I'm cheap, I know. Actually, sent a letter out to clients this weekend. I spent the weekend in Georgia. And I was sharing how I kind of had this deal go through, and you know, get to hang out really for a nice place for really cheap. And I got to tell you, Cody, actually, first of all, it was a cool place, very cool place. But the people there were so nice, man. I'm not used to that from Florida. You know who was really nice? Did I tell you about that? Who was really nice there? I was shocked being from Florida because they're not so nice down here. You know who was nice?
Cool.
The staff. Really nice, man. You don't get that.
Take a second to get to know you.
Everybody was nice. We wanted to talk and just share stories. It was a good time. Anyways, we're here to talk about the stock market today. And we're going to do that. Our Wine and Wealth last Thursday, we talked about all that jazz, which is where I can manage any and every account for you if you'd like. And happy to help with that. So a lot of people getting started on that, so we're rolling there. Also, our office trades in the research site. If you can't be a client, don't want to be a client, jazzwealth.com/research, and you can join our site there where we talk about office trades, do them live right in front of you. Got a lot of comments from people like, what? I don't even know what's going on, but I love it. And so happy to do that there. Today, as far as the stock market goes, it's a bit of a mess, right? We had the Fed. We had some Russia news there. Those were the two things basically dominate the headlines there. I'll start with the Fed. The Fed they had an 11:30 a.m. meeting today, kind of an emergency meeting, but they just call it a closed door meeting, I believe. And they actually post what they're going to be talking about. And the only thing that they were talking about was inflation and rates. That was it. That was what their focus was. So it leads you to believe that maybe there's going to be a rate hike before the actual late March, February Fed meeting. And I don't actually recall the last time they did an emergency hike. I don't think I'm old enough. But they've done an emergency rate cut before. So it's not out of the norm. It wouldn't necessarily be a shock to see them do that. I think it'd be helpful if they did that to kind of show that they're trying to maintain control there. So that's what you had with the Fed going on there. And a lot of people saying they should just really get to going to work on this. Raise them damn rates. That's what they want to see. And then Russia, maybe sending a little love on Valentine's Day, saying, hey, maybe we could talk a little bit before we just go randomly invading Ukraine there. So little talk there. I didn't follow all of it there, but those were the two dominant headlines. And so what do you have? You got the S&P obviously selling off near the lows, but let me show you this. I'm gonna look at the SPY. And this is also why I was kind of hesitant to do anything in the office trades today. So here's today, right? So let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, this is basically today. You're down a little, you're up a little, you're down a little more, you're up a little more, right? Nobody knew what to think of today's action. Nobody was willing to commit one way or the other. And when you see that, respond to it, right? Act the same way. Go, there's nothing for me to do. How am I supposed to force myself to dive in when other people clearly are not sure which way they want to dive in? So that's what you have. You have a slight little market decline there. You know, you look at the market indices themselves. The NASDAQ squeaked out a little tiny gain there right at the end. S&P down a touch. The Dow and Russell down a touch, but nothing really exciting one way or the other. So that's definitely something you want to take a look at. It was just uneventful start to the week. The S&P is down 7% year to date, and it basically said, I don't know what to do with this today. So that's okay. You can have days like that, and from a long-term investor standpoint, you go, all right, I'm going to sit back and see what happens. As a trader, you slow down, right? No need to rush things here. Now, if I zoom out, you got Expedia still jostling around from earnings there. Las Vegas Sands, look at that, stinking me. I played the momentum here. I'm going to get jinxed again. But anyways, that's one of the office trades. CarMax, I don't know why it's doing this, but we'll zoom back out. One of the bigger gainers on the day. NWL we talked about as well. in the office trades. It's not much, right? Just nothing to get too excited about. If you look at the downside of the S&P today, Moderna, which has had a rough go of it lately, that one broke to new lows. And then you're going to find a lot of oil stocks, Apache being one of them. Really all of them. Marathon Oil, Occidental Petroleum, take a look at that one as well, also pulling back. But you had oil actually really knocking on $100 a barrel at this point, breaking above 95. That was the headlines there today. And so that's where you stand with the S&P. Nothing too exciting. That is killing me. Let me go back over here. We're at 1 year, 1 day. Let's change it back and see. I'm going to try to just zoom out because the charts are sticky. All right. That's what it is. The NASDAQ today mostly held up, but today it mostly held up because of large cap, the large mega cap stocks like Tesla. Oops, there we go. We look at Tesla. Decent day for them, up about 2%. You got Netflix up 1.33%. We're going to talk about this one and this one in particular on our office trades tomorrow. We're going to do a couple cool things with that, play around with some trades. But you also got Amazon. Again, nothing to do with it. It just had a good day. It helped the NASDAQ hold its own, but what do? Do you buy it? Do you sell it? Do you wait, right? There wasn't much to go on. You don't have anything new to get people excited about maybe participating here. So it's a bit of a tough one. NVIDIA also, I want to point out real quick, up 1.33%, but what do, right? Not a lot to do there. If we look around the market, you got gold up 1.6%, which is helpful. First real move that we've seen sustain itself in gold, so you're happy to see that there. And bonds, you got yields moving higher little by little. Slight recovery Friday, and today they're just trying to reverse course again. So that is that. Looking at the Russell, just a little bit lower, and if I zoom out, you can see it is the known resistance area that is acting as resistance and holding as resistance at the moment. So that is your ceiling. That's about 2,100 until proven otherwise, so keep an eye on that number. And lastly, the Dow, which is holding up the best year to date today, was one of the weaker ones overall. Nothing too exciting to point out there. So what I thought I'd do is I'd go through a few of the sectors and point out some interesting things that we don't normally talk about or we haven't talked about in a while. Over the last 5 days, if you're looking for the sector that has pulled back the most, that is going to be your consumer services, communication services. I use the XLC to show you guys that. So if you want to take a look over the last 5 days, it was the worst performer, losing just about 4%. Best performer, which, you know, I don't know if this is any surprise, but was energy. Energy over the last 5 days added just about 2%, and 100% of every stock in the energy sector is above its 50-day moving average. So quite strong there. Oh, it's also the best performer year to date by far, 26.5%, not including today. So that's what you have going on there. By the way, if you look inside the energy sector, the most overbought stocks. What if you're looking in there? Actually, I have this on our new highs list. Coterra. So that's one of the most overbought. Occidental Petroleum is the other one, OXY, at least in the short term, being the most overbought. And One Oak would be your last one there. And that's it. Those are your most overbought stocks for the energy sector. Oversold, you've got Walter. Oh, no, you don't. That's nothing. It's actually trying to tell me it's blank, not Weight Watchers. So that's what you have there. And what else do we have? The highest dividend paying sector happens to be the energy sector at the moment. 3.57% in total dividends. Right behind that's going to be utilities, 3.2% in total yield at the moment. And then what else do we have? Should be real estate. Real estate comes in third, 2.79. Every sector paying a yield at the moment. Sorry, a little distracted there. What else do we have? Okay, so that's that one. Over the last 5 days, one of your better performing areas, it's boring. I don't normally bring it up, your basic materials. So that's changed really since then, but over the last 5 days, you got basic materials up 1.14%, and this is one where you could find both things to look at there in terms of overbought and oversold stocks if you're interested. So yeah, that's where you stand. Just kind of a quick overview of the different sectors there, maybe something to look at if that is helpful. What else do we have? Oh, quickly, I'll point out in our office trades today, we didn't do a whole lot, but still trying to keep some things rolling there. And I snuck in Air Products, so let me just point that out. It's a little trade we got there towards the end of the day. I saw Air Products selling off. So on Air Products there, sold the 220 puts, was where all the action was for the day. But other than that, we put on Las Vegas Sands. That's the one that I'm going to get ripped off on. It was Cody's idea, but he wanted to play it short. So I just was like, I want to play it long. Let's see what happens. So put that on, and so far, no bueno. But we have Cody doing Philip Morris. That was one of his trades today. A little counter trend play on Philip Morris. We also closed out our AMD. So we had AMD short. And after Friday's decline and today, really not doing a whole lot, we were able to close that out about, what was it? Do you remember? 70% of the profit? Somewhere between 50 and 70, because one of those was the SPY. We had our remaining short position on the SPY. We closed that out today. And either that was 70% and AMD was 50, or this was 50 and that was 70. So not bad. That was really it. And tomorrow's focus is going to be on Netflix, like I mentioned a minute ago. New highs and new lows for the day. We got 18 new lows on the day, and I forget how many new highs. Just the 2. That's right. Yep, just 2 new highs today. Air Products was one of the new lows. I talked about that. Just put on a position. I'll cover that tomorrow for you in the office trades. Starbucks was, what is going on, man? Starbucks was one we closed out the other day. It felt like that one was getting weaker. We took a small loss on that one and moved out of the way, and I'm glad I did, because in fact it did get weaker, so happy with that, but that did make new lows. Gilead, I like how extended it is. I do not like playing this sector or this industry at all, so you won't catch me putting a trade on this one, but very extended and hitting new lows there. We talked about Philip Morris as one of those that hit new highs today, and Cody got a trade on that one. And I mentioned a second ago, Coterra, CTRA, hit new highs but completely reversed course. And that's really it. There's not a whole lot to talk about there either. So a little slow start to the week. If you were looking for a lot of action, you just haven't gotten it yet, man. But that's going to change. Don't you worry. Stocks in the news. Coinbase. Did you catch the Super Bowl commercial for Coinbase, Cody?
I did. The website didn't work when I tried to.
That's right. They said they had record website traffic right after the commercial.
Spent all that money on an ad, you can't spend a little bit of money on a website.
They weren't ready for it, man. Crashed it.
Good idea, though.
Well, yeah, that's them in the news. I didn't catch the commercial, but was it like anything interesting or no?
It was the QR code bouncing like the old DVD thing used to do off the side, and then eventually it hits the corner. You have any idea what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what it was. And it was the QR code that would bounce. And after long enough, I finally said, all right, whose ad is this? And then I tried to get it to work.
For 30 seconds it did that?
It felt like a really long time.
There was no logo? No, it just was like...
It was a QR code, and then eventually it flipped to the Coinbase screen, I think.
Wow. All right, that's kind of clever.
It was clever. I thought it was
good. Yeah, that'll keep you watching, because everybody wants it to hit the corner, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, anyways, so that was them in the news today. The stock didn't move a whole lot, which is fine. Let's see how that commercial translates into dollars, if it does. Ford was in the news. Barron's said over the weekend, it's too early to sell the stock. So they're saying hang on, right? I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I like that it's pulled back. This is the one I was arguing about before. You can't justify $25 on that stock. I was wrong about it back here. I said you can't justify $20. So I was just a little bit early to it, but this to me is more realistic, just for now. They're eventually, yes, I know what they're doing. I get the whole game plan there, but not $25. Splunk. This is one of those companies where Charlie knows what they do, and I'm just dumbfounded by all the words they use. But Cisco is looking to buy them $20 billion, looking to take them over. So the stock was higher by about 9% on the day. Speaking of dough, you got Rivian up about 6% on the day. Rivian gets the Soros funds. They bought, $2 billion, something like that, in the company there. So big dollars for them. Good. They'll get something done. MetLife a little bit lower on the day, and they are going to get rid of their variable annuity business. Good. They see the light at the end of the tunnel going, hey, you know, these things are kind of scary. These are a little bit rough to be offering out there. I don't know that we want to be in that anymore. And someone will come along and scoop them up. As for the rest of the markets here, we have Scam Likely, yet again. Stupid scam. We have Leidos reporting tomorrow. Marriott. We have Zoetis. ACAM, Cincinnati Financial is reporting. Roblox as well, which only has 3 quarters that I believe they've reported so far. Viacom and Wynn will report after the close tomorrow. And what sticks out? Nothing really sticks out in terms of like always being higher or lower or something. So I don't really see much there. Devon, no, not Devon. Are they reporting tomorrow? Let's see. No, they are reporting tomorrow. So Devon would be the best out of all of them. They beat 79% of the time on earnings, 67% of the time on revenue. They're only lower 2 of the last 8 earnings reports after reporting the day after, anyways. And that would be right here and right here, which is just a tick lower. So just the last 2 quarters. Other than that, positive, man. Not too bad. I'll let the stream catch up. Take your questions if you have any there, and we will see what we can do. Halftime show was solid. See, that's how I would say it. It was solid. It wasn't great. You know, like, we're not all going to remember this 10 years from now, but it was solid. You know, it was a good one. Was Peyton Manning in a lot of commercials? That's what you do, man. How many was Shaquille O'Neal in? Was Shaquille O'Neal in any? No, I didn't watch a lot of the commercials. I don't know. You want a new F-150? Yeah, well, we need them around there. Yeah, that's right. Question. My friend wants to invest in artificial intelligence. I don't know much about the space, but my idea is the ETF. You probably want to use an ETF there. Your friend ideally would know what companies they're interested in, and they can start seeing which ones are public and maybe doing more research from there if you want to speculate a little bit. But somebody that's like a lot of these EV companies, there's no real earnings there or any sign of any real net earnings, but maybe you want to give them a chance or something like that. Yeah. What are the stats for the NFC, AFC prediction? Actually, I had that, but the problem was the Bengals had never been in a Super Bowl, right? So let's see, the Rams had only won it once, right? 2000? 2000. You Google that. That's in my head. They won it in 2000, right? For not being a sports guy, I bet you it's 2000. It's going to be it. Come on, man. Hit me with it. And what did I have there? So the Bucks, if the Bucks win the Super Bowl, the stock market does the best. So there you go. I'll hit you with some stats if you want and see if Cody knows this. So the S&P from when the Super Bowl's over to the rest of the year has the best performance when the Bucks win. The Bucks have won twice, and the S&P gained 25.85%. The worst, could you guess the team with the worst?
Yeah, Patriots or Cowboys.
Patriots or Cowboys? They're definitely not the best, but they're not the worst. The Patriots have won 6 times, and the average performance is 4.58%. The Cowboys beat the Patriots by double, not in terms of number of wins. They've only won 5 times, but 8.55% to the end of the year. The worst team, as far as if they win the Super Bowl, the stock market does the worst, minus 22.52%. So thankfully, they were not in the Super Bowl this year. You want to guess? One guess?
Chiefs.
No, not bad. Not bad. The Chiefs are right there with the Cowboys at 8%. It's the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have won the Super Bowl twice, and the market has been lower on an average of 22.52%. Other than that, you got the Raiders and the Giants are the only other winners of the Super Bowl where the stock market averaged a decline there. So we'll see. The two other Super Bowls the Bengals. Oh, first of all, Rams 2000.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm still
debating.
I'm still
okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think
My notes here: the two other Super Bowls that the Bengals had played in, they of course lost because they've never won there. The S&P was up 20% for the remainder of those years.
Oh.
So, you know, the fact that the Bengals lost is actually a good thing. But we'll see. I kind of wanted the Bengals to win, but
you're right on 2000.
2000. Sportsman. Look out. Anyways, I'm sorry. Where do we go here? Oh. That means, yeah, you won the bet, right? You took the Rams. We didn't bet. Did we bet something? No. All right, new bet. We have to act like we're just spitting things out here, but we got to wager something. All right. Anyways. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. You think oil prices at these levels are a drag on future earnings? They will be. Yep. They have not been at the moment because everybody keeps spending all the money and don't seem to have a problem with that. But as soon as we start tightening up that money supply a little bit, we're talking a whole different game plan here, for sure. Miami won a Super Bowl. They won 2 of them. Yeah, they won 2 Super Bowls, Kirk. I believe that would be Dan Marino taking them to the Super Bowls there. Yeah. Do you think, Dustin, do you think we are near to the bottom? No, I don't think there's any reason to suggest that the market will not go lower. So think of what's going on here. The tide is going out at the moment. I'll maintain the same comment I had the other day. What's the reason we're going higher? There's nothing there at the moment. So I think there's every opportunity that we could go lower. Yep. Yep. Is it time to dump your preferred? Oh, I didn't see what you were talking about. What stock or whatever it is there. I love it. Our Wi-Fi cuts out. Yeah, something's not right. I'll give you that because the chart isn't loading up correctly. Something's wrong. Yep, I would agree. Which maybe is a good time to wrap it up. Slow day, so not a whole lot to cover here. I rambled a little bit, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I will, just get back to work, and do that sort of thing. And I wish you guys a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining.